Look at this intersection. Look at how jacked up this intersection is. There's like 6 roads coming together. Now, why is that happening? It's happening because I'm walking into Lad's Addition right now.
Steve the Amateur Historian.
If you look behind me, you'll see all those roads are coming together, and it's this one that's kind of coming into it at an angle. Now, the reason for that is that Lad's Addition is this kind of almost square-shaped chunk of land encompassing several city blocks. But there's, oh no, I guess this is Lad Avenue. There was a very prominent Oregonian in early Portland history named, I think, William S. Ladd. Hence, that's who this Ladd Avenue up there, if you can see it. And that's the name that was put onto this. But essentially, Lad's Addition is this, you know, almost square-shaped block of properties. And there's roads coming in from each corner. North, east, southwest, southeast, northwest. And they all come together at this big island in the middle. And I never walk through here. It's incredibly historic. It's really beautiful in certain parts, but I've heard that it gets weird around here is what I've heard. I've heard just people say, you've been to Lad's Addition recently? Messed up. And I've noticed so many of these old historic houses. Not these ones over here. These ones are delightful, but some of these houses are like in a worse dilapidated state than, I mean, some houses I've seen out Central Oregon way that have been abandoned for 5-10 years. I don't know why. You know, each house has kind of its own story. And, you know, one of the things, I know this happens in every big city, is homes get handed down. You know, someone bought it, they'll hand it down to their kids, and I think in some ways that's how you get these homes. You'll get these people that, you'll see these people out in front of their houses. They have these big old houses, and you see them, and they're just like these deadbeat looking people that look like they couldn't hold down a job. Their life depended on it, so you're like, how do they have these nice houses? It's like, well, it was probably handed down to them so they don't have to spend a lot of money on it. And they obviously don't care or appreciate it because they're letting it fall apart. That happens a lot with old houses. For the record, no, that's not the island in the middle of everything that I was talking about when I said all these roads go to the middle. But, you know, as we're walking down Ladd Avenue here, you know, it looks like it's just a regular street, but we're actually going diagonal. We're going from northwest to southeast. So we're going in a southeasterly easterly direction right now. While most streets in Portland, you know, the numbered ones go north and south, the named ones go east and west. And it's interesting, you know, if you're in southeast, or even a little bit of northeast, but you're a little bit closer to the river, a little bit closer to downtown, the first like 40 blocks or so east of the Willamette River, there's lots of interesting things that happen with these streets, and Ladd's Addition is part of that. So yeah, this is Ladd's Circle. This is confusing as all hell. We just got Ladd Avenue, Southeast Ladd Avenue intersecting with Southeast Ladd Avenue apparently. But yeah, this is a huge frickin' circle. I guess it's actually technically considered a park. But you see all these roads in this neighborhood, they all ultimately come together at this middle point where this big circle is. It's very interesting. That said, I'm going to step out into the sun, and this is a big roundabout. I'm stepping onto Ladd's Circle. Hi folks. Subscribe to my channel. I think they've had some homeless issues with this place. Here's the sign. This is how you know this is technically a park. You have the Portland Parks and Recreation info. You've got a wee bit of a spider web. But yeah, there's a sign on the back side of this. Oh god, it's one of these things. But yeah, this is pretty cool. It's just a big old circle with a plaque, so it appears. Little info on William S. Ladd. 1826 to 1893, pioneer merchant, banker, civic leader, and mayor. So he was mayor of Portland, I thought he was. Born in Vermont, just like my man Bernie Sanders. Came west during the gold rush, like they all did. Was a merchant, established the Ladd Tilton Bank, a really prominent building in the downtown area. So it says Ladd's Addition is 126 acres, been part of the original Stevens, I forget what the D is. I think it's designated land claim is what they're trying to say. Don't hold me to that. Platted in 1891, so yeah, that's why there's so many old houses around here. I mean, not this one, that ugly abomination. But yeah, most of these houses around here are... Oh, it's a church, sorry, I thought it was a house. You know, this is an area that was established almost 130 years ago. Here we go. 4 small parks and a circular central park, Ladd's Addition. And so, of course, we are in the central park, Ladd Circle, as it's called. Ladd's Addition was considered a radical departure from the common grid pattern, as I was discussing earlier, of the expanding city. So it is, this whole area is on the national list of historic places. Department of the Interior, 1988. A lot of properties in the 70s and 80s were designated on here in the Portland area. And then a little bit more. Chairmanship of the Board of Water Commissioners, which secured Portland's Bull Run watershed. A little bit of history. Oh yes. Cool little middle grassy field here you can hang out in. And then yeah, this big old circle just wraps around, and you see there's streets. This is another street here that doesn't go north is this direction. See that street, 16th, is going north. So this one's actually going in a northeast direction. So you've got one street shooting off that way, one street off shooting that way, and that's counterbalanced on the opposite side of the circle here. I'm gonna go down. This is 16th Avenue. This looks very enticing. Look at this. It looks like there's a garden up here. It did say on the plaque that there was 4 parks in this area. So, wondering if this is another park up here. Look at this house. There's like a, that almost looks like an alleyway right there. That's interesting. And here, oh, and you see, here's another one that counters it. So there's little alleyways in here, which only certain parts of Portland really have alleyways. And they're more commonly seen in North and Northeast Portland. They're not super common in other areas. But yeah, this almost looks like another circle. I'm gonna have to look at the map and get this all figured out, because I'm pretty sure Ladd Circle back that way is the main circle, but this, well, maybe this isn't quite a circle, but it's a garden, South Garden. Must mean there's a North Garden. And yeah, it's just crazy the way that these roads offshoot. Yeah, so I think now, so this is another road that's going in a southwesterly direction. So yeah, things just kind of, this is like a Y shape. I'm on Tamarack Avenue now. Look at this is gorgeous. Approved herbicides. Poison. Oh my god. They're poisoning the flowers. This is very much like a mini Japanese garden like they have up by Washington Park. It's just a little mini one, but it's still gorgeous. And I'm seeing a lot of these lights in this area. Probably date back to another time. I'm getting lost in here. Just, oh man, look at this one. So pretty. Oh god, it's happening again. We're at the intersection of 16th Avenue and 16th Avenue. This is like a Twilight Zone episode. I don't know where the hell I actually think I'm already coming to the end, or at least the southern end of Ladd's Addition. I remember walking down another alleyway. I remember going down 11th or 12th, and on the like westernmost edge of this area, and there were homes that were just falling apart, but were part of Ladd's Addition. What is this? Is this like maybe an old church? I don't know. I've never seen this before. I've never walked through Ladd's Addition before. This is my first time even semi-venturing through here. Look at this. This has to be an old church. God, look at this building. This certainly blows me away. Got the columns, got the beat up entry doorway. Entrance that way. I mean, I'm not going inside. I'm invested. I'm hearing kids, but I think they're more that way. Because I'm like, I don't want to be videoing kids. I just want to, yeah, it looks pretty dark in there. I don't know. First sight I see of someone, I'll be like, I'm just doing a historical video. This is really freaking awesome. Yeah, and I'm noticing more buildings over here. Maybe I'm hearing the kids over there, so this might be like a some kind of community center. It says Blossom on this sign, so I'm wondering if that's like what the group is that's here, so that can maybe be like helping children blossom. I don't really know, but that is amazing. Didn't know this was here because, again, I've never been through. I've walked along Ladd's Addition, but I've never walked through it. So that is a find. I'm gonna figure out exactly what that is or was. Well, with Division that way, I'm gonna be a little bit creative. I'm gonna trek down one of these alleyways. because this is, I've almost wanted to do a video for my channel where I just find like all the different alleyways in Portland. I turned my GoPro off because there was kind of a sketchy looking guy there, and he was just leaning over a trash can, chugging some booze. And then as I walked by, he just let out this like super belch. Just, he's like, oh. Then I walked by and he's like, oh, sorry, man. Like, happens to the best of us. Just because there's a school in Lads Edition. I didn't know that. Not that I'm going to film it that much because it is a school day. And I'm assuming this is still being used for a school. But, yeah. It's always my understanding that it was all just homes, but now I found, again, what I perceive to be an old church in here, and a school. It's great. A lot of older schools, especially elementary schools in Portland, look like this. I know there's one on like Fremont and 20 something. I can't remember, Beaumont School maybe. Looks like exactly like that. Same typeface, same everything. And see, here's another example of Lads Edition. Is you've got like Division Street right here, which is going east and west, and then this road is kind of coming in at an angle. It's angling into it. So that's where you get buildings like this really thin one behind me, which is kind of like on Sandy Boulevard. And see, this building's incredibly thin too because it's got to kind of mesh into everything. Yeah, so here's 12th Avenue, so maybe it is 11th that Lads Edition kind of starts on. And you know, while I'm kind of in this vicinity of Lads Edition, I'm coming to Division, Southeast Division and 11th, and this building here is called the Ford Building. Very long, elongated brick building. For history's sake, this was the only Ford motor plant that built, like, you know, Ford automobiles. In Portland, I think in the whole state of Oregon, maybe even on the whole Pacific Northwest, this was originally a Ford motor plant, hence the name Ford Building up there. So, you know, a little bit of history. Also, if I'm accurate, right around the corner of this shimmering metal building, there's a pretty cool, you know, I think Portland goes a little overboard with their mural stuff, but there's a really cool one of a woman, and yeah, right over here. So, of course, I'm overshooting. I want to go that way, but I figured I gotta show you guys this. I mean, if you're from Portland, you probably know about this, but if you're not from Portland, you're not going to know. Somebody made this mural of a woman with a bird on her shoulder, and her hair is like plants, various different types of, you know, looks like ferns, you know, big leafed plants, thin leaf plants, pine type plants. Like, her hair is entirely made up of real plant life, which, you know, like I was saying, I feel like Portland goes a little overboard with their murals, but I think this is probably one of my favorite ones in the city because it's actually creative and it utilizes something that's very prominent in the Pacific Northwest, which is plant life, trees, nature. Getting a little closer so you can, I mean, as she gets blurred out, oh my god, these pines are really sharp. Yeah, if you look up from more of an angle like this, you can see the plant life sticking out of the building. Just to dissuade any of you who might have thought that those plants were painted on, no. Unless they're using three-dimensional paint, which, that would be awesome. Well, and it smells terrible around here, and I'm officially blinded from getting right up next to that building. That paint is really reflective. But yeah, here's the backside also of the Ford building, the old motor plant, whatnot, what have you. And yeah, I can't see anymore. I got way too up close and personal with that mural. Yeah, I'm coming back to 11th Avenue that runs across like this, because this is where the actual like Lads Edition begins, where you actually have homes. Like, this is some newer stuff, but as you look across down here, there's more of the old houses kind of. This is the western edge of Lads Edition along 11th. And something else about Lads Edition. palm trees. Ow! I just got stabbed in the face by a palm tree. Nice. Palm trees back there, palm trees everywhere. God! And they're sharp! I took it like right there. Wait, where am I? Frick. I don't know where I'm going anymore. What is this? Stevens Street? That doesn't help me. Except it's my name. Named a street in Portland after me. I think the heat's getting to me. Dude, I love that. They have like plumbing pipes as guardrails. That's a very Portland idea. Fast forward a few minutes. This really goes to show that I know nothing about the structural interiors of a computer. I really don't. I know how to replace stuff generally, but I just went in to the place to get a video card for my PC so I can, you know, get it to function properly again. And I thought doing this was gonna be like going into an auto parts store and buying a oil filter. Hey, can I get an oil filter? Yeah, here it is. That'll be this much money. I didn't realize there was like 50 million different kinds of these video cards. So this guy's trying to explain it to me and it's just all gibberish. So I texted my roommate, my old roommate who built my computer, so I figured he'll have some insight. And the problem is I can't expect my ex-roommate to be waiting on me hand and foot. So I'm just I figured, I don't know if he's going to text me back in 5 minutes, text me back in an hour, text me back tonight, and I don't want to just stand in the corner of the store just kind of futzing with my phone for the next 30 minutes, so I'm just going to hang around in Lad's Addition a little bit longer. Another off-shooting street from 12th. This is Mulberry Avenue, going down that way. And check out this killer old apartment. I love apartments that look like this. I think I'm almost back to... So I'm almost back to... Yeah, Hawthorne's right up here, so we're on like the northwest edge of this place. Well. It appears we have another alleyway. So many of these houses, they have the garages on the back. At least, you know, for this apartment complex, it makes sense. There's no apartment parking. But here you go, you have all these, I'm assuming these are garages. They have numbers next to them, so I'm assuming they go with the individual units and whatnot. Lots of no parking signs. Obviously this thing's only a block wide. There are dead bodies in there. Never been more sure of anything in my life. Man, if you're gonna hide dead bodies, get a better lock. Okay, I have to change my perspective. This garage definitely has dead bodies in it. I've never been even more certain of anything in my life. I don't know what street this could be. I honestly don't know where I'm going now. But I'm on the streets that are going like diagonal. But it's weird because since all these streets are going diagonal, it feels like I'm still just going north, south, east, west. But I'm not. It's freaking making me dizzy, man. Oh my god, I'm so confused. This road kind of comes... See, these roads all come together. Am I still going diagonally? I think so. This looks like it's going diagonal. Here's another alleyway. I'm so freaking lost. What is that over there? That's a big old church is what that is. Oh, hello you. Hey fella, where you going? Where you going? He's like, I don't know what that thing is, but get it away from me. And I think this is a different garden. I think. Wait, so I am still diagonal. Or am I? So wait, so that's diagonal, so these are the roads that go north, south. Am I going east right now? Or, oh my god, look at this house. Look at this son of a bitch of a house. Oh my god, it's like that one I live on Belmont, only nicer. Oh my god. So this is a different garden. I'm at 16th and Palm. Okay, wait, so if I'm on 16th, that means I'm going north and south again? This place. No wonder people are crazy in freaking Ladd's Addition. I don't know what direction I'm walking in anymore. I don't know of another Maple Avenue in Portland, so that's probably a road that goes diagonal, but how could it if it's going parallel to 16th and 16th isn't oh my god. I think I'm gonna puke. Look at this. No, I don't even have to question whether this is a church or not. Look at this. And I love it. I love when these residential, or I love it when these churches are in residential areas. St. Charbel Catholic Church, established 1970. So it's actually not that old. It's just very, except what does this say? No, wait. Oh, okay. Hard to read, but First United Evangelical Church, 1909. So this is an older building. Just this particular church, right? It was established 1970. So this is an old. God, look at that up in there. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely gorgeous. And just in this residential area. So I think I'm walking south. Oh no, I'm coming to Ladd's Circle. I am going south. Okay, I'm walking south. I'm seriously getting a stomach ache right now from the confusion. I don't know if it's from that, but okay, so that way is diagonal. And this way is I don't really know anymore. I don't think I care. I think the Ladd's Addition, I think the whole thing was 1890s. I think this is some pre-MK Ultra stuff. I think they're trying to screw with our minds. They let people live in the rest of Portland on their grid system streets for so long, and then they end up getting a house here in Ladd's Addition, and the streets start going all these random directions, and the circle around Ladd's Circle is so big you don't know what direction you're going into by the time you get halfway around it. And then you crack up, and then I mean, look at that though. Tell me that's not beautiful. But then you crack up, and then you die, and that's kind of the beginning and the end of it. This is no longer an adventure. This is a fight for survival. Hold on. Had a little bit of my finger grease on you. Crap. So do all of the alleyways go diagonal as well? Or is it anything goes with the diagonals? Wait a minute, so the circle's back there. Am I going east to west again? Harrison Street, yes. I'm going east to west. Because I know Harrison Street exists elsewhere. Having a meltdown. Very beautiful. Yeah, this is no longer about having fun. This is about surviving and escaping the government experiments. This is another thing. Look at this. Look at how amazing. This is like the kind of street I dream living on. And why do they have a street closed sign at a part where there isn't a street? Solve me that riddle. I think that's more MK Ultra stuff. This was MJ Ultra. This was the system that predated the MK Ultra system. They just got people confused about where they were going. They lost sense of directions. They didn't show up for work. They lost their jobs. They lost their homes. They lost their minds. Then they lost their families. And that's really kind of the beginning and the end of it. Seems. I think we're coming. This is like the western end. I'm gonna go into the utility work zone. Utility work. That's a nice term for chemtrails. This must have been the utility work of which those signs spoke. Oh, the city of Portland. I think they can just throw their signs up against anyone's garage. Oh man. This is... I definitely think I've seen too much now. I've seen the immediate aftermath of contamination of the water in this neighborhood. And I'm gonna have to first off, I'm gonna have to get a gun. Second of all, I'm gonna have to get another gun. Third of all, I'm gonna have to start doing that whole sleeping with my eyes open type thing. I don't know how people do that, but some people have, so I'm sure I can learn. Can't rule out witness protection. Then again, if it's the government that's after me, why would they protect me? Look at this tree over here, though, over my shoulder. Ah, crap. I think I'm right back where I started. This is all angled, so am I diagonal? Am I going onto a diagonal? Or am I leaving? This street feels diagonal, but wait, aren't the alleyways diagonal? This is how they kill you. No! No, I'm going northwest? No, northeast. See, I totally honestly thought I was going in a northerly direction. But I'm not, because I'm on Locust Avenue and I'm turning onto 20th. 20th goes north and south. So that's what's happening. So you see, that was a moment where, all levity aside, I honestly was confused about what direction I was walking in. It all makes sense now when they talk about people in Lad's Edition losing their corn-fed minds. It's because they don't know where they're going, and when you don't know where you're going in life, you lose your mind. I think I'm coming back up towards Hawthorne Boulevard, so I think I have actually, in effect, traversed, kind of done a full jagged circle through here. Okay. Alright, I'm going. I know for a fact I'm going in a southwesterly direction. And everything will be fine. I feel like my heart is hurting. I think it's just the panic. There's a dead body in that. No, I'm serious. I've never been more serious about anything in my life. There's a dead body in that. That's a body holder. That's where you put bodies before you put them in the graveyard. That is, what was I talking about? My friend didn't text me back. I probably didn't text him in the first place. That was probably just a dream, because Lad's Edition is the only reality. You have to be getting so tired of this by this point. This is like a 3-minute joke that I've turned into like a 10-minute joke. Whew. Dead bodies aplenty. Nobody's telling me there ain't a dead body up in this bitch. And then they make this nice clean one right next to it just to make you think there's nothing suspicious about that one. Gotta wake up pretty early in the morning to fool the amateur historian. And I've given up on wondering what direction I'm going in. This is a cross street. Did I go? I don't think I went down this street. This looks like a street I haven't made my presence known at. There's a paper bag. I thought that was a squirrel over there, but it's just a paper bag. Because, new emergency, I've had to pee like since I got off the bus, which was like almost an hour ago. And I don't really feel like walking up to one of these people's houses and asking them to use their toilet is going to be a very efficient and time effective solution to my problem, so I gotta find an establishment with a toilet. Anyway, that took a lot of energy out of me. Is this a crossing? Oh, I thought maybe this was like a crossing alleyway. I thought that'd be cool. I've never seen alleyways crossing before. But anyway, I'm heading back towards Division, so I'm coming back towards well, kind of back towards where I was sort of early in my adventure around here. But I hope you enjoyed this little adventure. You got a little bit of history, a little bit of strangeness. For those of you that are very interested in, you know, the mapping out of streets, street history, neighborhood histories, the oddities that can sometimes come about in those regards, I'm sure you'd enjoy taking a look at Lad's Edition, and I hope you enjoyed taking a look at it with me for all the legit confusion I was suffering like the whole time. So anyway, till next time, guys, from beautiful, disturbing Lad's Edition, this has been Steve the Amateur Historian, and hopefully, if I don't have a meltdown, I will see you guys next time.